Friends, someone has rightly said, stay with those who are going through tough times, but distance yourself from those with bad intentions. Today's story is about a young man, a 24-year-old who worked for a landlord. His parents had passed away, and life was full of hardships. Every day, he would go to work, earn money, return home, cook food, eat, and sleep. That was his daily routine. One evening, as he was returning home from work, he saw an old fakir carrying 3 large bundles on his back, walking from one town to another. The fakir looked very old and seemed to have been traveling for a long time. Finally, after walking some more, the fakir, exhausted, sat under a tree. His eyes fell on the young man walking on the same path, heading in the same direction. As the young man passed by, the fakir called out to him in a pleading voice, "Son, can you help me? These bundles are very heavy and I am old. I cannot carry them much longer and I am very tired. Could you take one of my bundles to the next village? I will reward you with 2 gold coins." The young man listened to the fakir's words and replied, "No problem, Baba. I'm ready to help you. Tell me where you need to go." Saying this, the young man picked up one of the fakir's bundles and placed it on his shoulder. As soon as he lifted the bundle, he realized it was indeed very heavy. Then, the young man and the fakir started walking forward. After a while, the village ended and they found themselves on a deserted road. As they walked, the young man asked, "Baba, what's inside this bundle that makes it so heavy?" The fakir replied, "It's nothing, son, just some copper coins, which is why it's so heavy." Upon hearing this, the young man thought to himself, "This Baba must be a trader, carrying so many copper coins." But then, he shook off the thought, thinking, "What does it matter to me? My job is just to carry the bundle to the next village." He dismissed the thought of the coins and kept walking. After some more walking, they reached a riverbank. The young man was strong and fit, so without hesitation, he stepped into the river. However, the fakir remained standing on the bank. Seeing this, the young man asked, "What happened, Baba? Why did you stop? Come, we need to cross the river to reach the village." The fakir replied, "I know we must cross the river, but as you can see, I'm old. I cannot carry both bundles across the river. If my foot slips, I won't be able to continue the journey. Can you carry my second bundle as well? I'll give you 2 more gold coins for it." Smiling, the young man said, "Baba, you are embarrassing me. Even if you don't give me gold coins, I will still help you and take you to the next village." The fakir smiled and said, "Son, you seem like a very kind man." Saying this, he handed over the second bundle to the young man. When the young man placed the second bundle on his shoulder, he realized it was also extremely heavy, but he said nothing. Somehow, the 2 crossed the river. As they walked further, the young man asked the fakir, "Baba, what's in the second bundle? It's very heavy too." The fakir replied, "This bundle contains silver coins, which is why it's heavy." Hearing this, the young man's mind began to race. He thought one bundle has copper coins and the other has silver coins. It seems this Baba has traveled from afar and has sold all his property to collect these coins. That's why he's carrying so much wealth. But he didn't say anything to the fakir and continued walking silently. After some time, they reached another deserted path. On this lonely road, many thoughts began to arise in the young man's mind. He thought, "This is a deserted road. If I take these coins and run away, how long can this old fakir chase me? I don't think he can catch me. And there's no one here to help him either. These coins could help me buy a shop and start my own business. Anyway, what will this old fakir do with so much money? It's better if I take it for myself." But then he thought, No, what am I thinking? This fakir must have worked hard to collect this money. I shouldn't take advantage of him. For a moment, he suppressed his thoughts of greed. However, after walking further, his thoughts of greed returned. As they approached a hill, the fakir said, "Son, I cannot climb this hill. My knees hurt and I'm too old. Can you take my third bundle as well? I'll give you 2 more gold coins for it, but make sure you don't drop it or let it open." The young man, curious, asked, "Why, Baba, what's in this bundle?" The fakir replied, "This one contains gold coins." Hearing this, the young man was overjoyed but remained silent. He took the third bundle and continued walking. As they climbed the hill, the young man's greed grew. He thought, "Why does this old fakir need so much wealth? He's at the end of his life. It's better if I take it and secure my future." Reaching the top of the hill, the young man decided to run away with the bundles. He thought, "Once I get to the downhill path, I'll disappear with all this wealth." When the fakir wasn't looking, the young man ran away with the 3 bundles. He felt exhilarated, as if the weight of the bundles was nothing. After running through deserted paths and avoiding people, he finally reached his home. Overjoyed, he thought, "Let me quickly open these bundles and hide the coins." When he opened the first bundle, he found rusty iron coins. Shocked, he opened the second bundle, only to find the same. Finally, he opened the third bundle, and again, there were rusty iron coins. Furious, he wondered why the fakir had lied to him. Inside the last bundle, he found a letter. It read, there was a bundle of copper coins in one bag, silver coins in another, and gold coins in the third. As he was lost in these thoughts, his eyes fell upon a letter lying inside one of the bundles. He immediately picked up the letter and began reading it. The letter said, "This entire act has been staged to find an honest person. I am the king of this kingdom, and I have no heir. Therefore, I devised this plan to find someone truly honest who can succeed me and take charge of this kingdom after my time. Only someone completely honest, free from any kind of greed, can take on this responsibility." After reading the letter, the boy began shouting loudly and sat down, holding his head in despair. He realized that if he had controlled his thoughts, his life could have changed. But unfortunately, he failed to control his mind. Friends, Mahatma Buddha says that everything begins with our thoughts. What we think, we become. Thus, even our greatest enemy cannot harm us as much as our uncontrolled thoughts can. Buddha says, observe your mind carefully. The thoughts in our minds become words, and those words manifest as actions. Repeated actions form habits, and over time, these habits shape our character. Ultimately, this character builds our destiny. Therefore, it is essential to stay alert to our thoughts. We need to be mindful and attentive to the type of thoughts arising in our minds. Buddha further explains that weakness always begins with a small thought. A small thought is like a seed. If this seed-like thought is not destroyed in time, it quickly grows into a large tree and completely destroys our ability to think and reason. Thus, when a wrong thought first arises in our mind, it must be uprooted immediately. Otherwise, it will soon become a massive tree, pushing us down a wrong path from which we cannot turn back. But the question arises, how do we control the thoughts of our mind? Our mind is so powerful and restless that it often overpowers us despite our efforts to control it. In answer to this question, Buddha gives us two key suggestions. Develop right intentions. Many times, you might find yourself intending to say one thing, but ending up saying something entirely different. This happens because the thoughts embedded in your mind surface through your words. However, once we make a mistake, our brain starts functioning better, and we become more aware of our thoughts and speech. In such moments, we realize our mistake, and our mind fills with regret and sorrow. To avoid this pain and regret, Buddha advises us to cultivate the right intentions. Before doing anything, ask yourself, what is my intention behind this action? Am I trying to hurt others, belittle them, or uplift myself and others? Ask yourself these questions and stay alert. When you become conscious of your intentions, positive energy will flow through you. Gradually, the negative energy and intentions within you will diminish. Remember, this is something you must do every day. Pay attention to your thoughts and ensure your intentions are always pure. Only then can you avoid suffering and pain. Otherwise, you will remain trapped in them, unable to escape. 2. Develop awareness of your thoughts. This will help calm your mind, and all the negative energy and thoughts residing within will start disappearing. To do this, simply observe what is happening in the present moment. Pay attention to what is happening around you and within you without reacting to your good or bad thoughts, emotions, and memories. Just observe them. As you watch your thoughts, they will gradually disappear, and your mind will become empty. This practice not only saves you from negative thoughts, but also helps you avoid much pain and suffering. Thus, the Buddha says, he who observes himself is the greatest ascetic. In other words, one who watches their thoughts without reacting and simply understands them can truly control their mind and live a happy, peaceful life. If you also wish to lead a happy and content life, you must control your mind, become aware of your thoughts, and empty your mind of unnecessary clutter. Friends, I hope you learned something valuable from this video. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Subscribe my channel.